Coach, you had a couple of unsportsmanlike penalties in the game this past week. How do you address those moving into a game where it's going to be
we don't
really...
want them selfish penalties. We don't want them. We don't need them. One of them could, we don't know, could cost you a touchdown. You know, look like we were going to have a touchdown drive in there. We just don't want to do that. I mean, but, you know, the game's heated. Guys are going to say things. Guys are going to throw punches. You can't retaliate because most of the time they see the second guy.
Didn't see Justin Thomas out there Saturday. I guess what was his status?
Yeah, Justin Thomas has withdrawn from school for personal reasons. Hopefully he'll be back in the spring.
Saw Grant Delpit wasn't in practice today. What's kind of an update on him?
Things will be fine. He had a little sprain. Talking to Jack, we expect him back to practice next week.
Coach, last year you had so much hype going into this game, motivational speakers, videos, all those things. Do you think you got to scale some of that back? Does that make the game?
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you out. It'll be getting ready for our opponent. They'll be getting ready for an outstanding opponent, getting our mindset ready. Really not to get overly hyped. I think we got overly hyped off. We have 12 penalties. I think the game is going to have to be one of the treacherous play, great fundamentals. We're going to concentrate on that this week, technique and fundamentals.
Can you over-prepare for an opponent?
Oh, sure. You can over-prepare, you can over-hype. You can make the game too big, which we don't. I don't think we do that here. But we don't need to put more hype into this game that probably already is going to be put into it. And by the time next, not this Saturday, but next, is going to be way hyped enough that we don't have to do anything.
Is that something you ever have to think about when you manage the way you manage players going into a game like this where you have so much time before you actually play?
Yeah, well, here's the deal. This is about LSU this week. We have not mentioned our opponent who we're playing next week. We're not going to show them film of our opponent at all. Now, coaches are going to be prepared for them, obviously. Tomorrow we'll practice some of their plays, but it's going to be more or less about LSU getting better in the fundamentals. And then really next Monday is when we're going to start preparing for our opponent with our team.
Now that you've seen a team show that 3-1-7 defense against you, do you put something new in, I guess, to this week to adjust to that?
Yeah, run the ball like we did. It was so overly concentrated on stopping the pass that we found some holes, especially right off the tight end right there, where the outside linebacker walked out on number 2. So there's really nobody else to stop the run that we saw. Now, I don't know what Kevin told them. Maybe they fit it wrong, or maybe they didn't play it right. I thought he had an excellent scheme, but obviously when you overcompensate for something, you'll get something else.
Do you think other teams might try that, or do you think that was probably well suited just to Auburn's defensive line?
We'll see. Now we know what it is. We didn't know what it was beginning, and we made an adjustment. It took a little while to make an adjustment. Now, if we see that, we know exactly what to go to.
Your offense this year is leading the NCAA in several categories, and it's not, this game against Alabama isn't going to be a 9-point game or a 3-point game. So, what should we be expecting from this Coach O spread offense against Alabama?
We expect our best game. Really, we want to play our best game. I told the team today, I do not believe we have played our best game yet in all 3 phases. And obviously, it's not just about the offense, but the defense and the special teams. We need to play better. But I expect our offense to come out on fire and play its best game.
You expect when the game gets here, this is the healthiest your team's going to be, top to bottom?
I would think so.
Speaking of healthy, Terrace Marshall came back. Just talking about what you saw from him this weekend.
A nice touchdown, for sure. The confidence. To see him and Jamal going up the sideline, and then number 2 going up the middle. He gives us 3 great choices with a tight end. 3 great athletes. I talked to him today. He's a little sore. I was glad to see him get that touchdown pass.
Coach, how's Derek Stingley bounce back from the punt blunder a little bit?
Yeah, he'll be fine. Yeah, he's okay. He's a champ.
Over the summer, Jack Marucci did a lot of work with the receivers and some other guys. How useful is that information for you as a coach, and how do you implement that?
It's valuable. Some guys catch it better to their right. Some guys catch it better to their left. Some guys catch it better when they're in motion. Some guys do better on press. Some guys do better when they're off. Some guys run great routes, 7 routes, curls, out routes, and some guys don't. And Jack knows it, through his research and development, he knows exactly what our guys do great. And he gave that to Joe, and Joe is sharp enough to follow.
Was
so
there
it
any-
works for us.
Was there anything regarding that information that surprised you personally?
Yeah, just, the detail in which Jack went into it, and that it was telling and it was true about every player. He kind of nailed each player, and everybody has their strengths and weaknesses, and I never looked at it like that, but he found a way to do it.
Coach, you had a bunch of commitments over the weekend. Did you ever think, part of you think maybe you had too many commitments going into the season, or you wish you had less to play with?
No, I think it all works out. It all works out at the end. Things happen. Academics. Some guys decide to go other places. Some guys, decommit. I think we're right where we need to be. Obviously, we need to be very selective, but I think it's all going to shake out. I never have to worry about numbers. Usually the night before signing, I'm always searching for one guy or two that if somebody falls out so we can sign them. So I'm really not worried about it.
Ed, your thoughts on the AP #1 ranking?
Say again?
Your thoughts on the AP #1 ranking?
I think it's great for the university. I think it's great for our football team. I think it's great for the fans. I think it's great for the recruiting, and I don't think it means a hill of beans. To be honest with you, I think that all that's good. But, we know what's ahead of us. We know what we have to win the games that we have to win to get where we want to go. Now, once the
playoff rankings?
once that starts, that's what counts. And but I think it's good. But I think it can be a blessing. I think it can be a curse as far as how you handle it. We do not talk about that in there. Obviously, we all know it. We all heard it. But we never talked about being ranked number 2 neither, or ranked number 10, or number 20. So that doesn't matter. It matters what you do when the ball is snapped.
Have you been part of a team where it kind of bit you when maybe guys relaxed a little?
Pete's team were very disciplined. Jimmy's team were very disciplined, and it wasn't as hyped back then. I believe we were ranked with Lane's 2013. We were preseason ranked #1, and that season didn't turn out so well. So I've been a part of both sides.
You were on the staff here in 15 when you were number 2 and undefeated.
That's right.
Went over there.
Yeah.
You got better leadership now than then, or
Yeah. Well, first of all, that was my first year here, so I can't tell you what we had on the team or not. I was just wanting to get a sack back there. But I do believe that we have great leadership right now. I do believe that these things don't matter, like the Heisman and all that stuff. We're led by Joe, we're led by Clyde, we're led by Grant. And I don't think individual accolades matter to those guys. They want to win bad.
You mentioned a few times the opponent. Is that something that you don't mention their name this week before?
Well, it can get old, talking about them for 2 weeks. You can get old talking about them, period.
Now, Coach, your team's been doing some different things in the weight room this year. Have you noticed that translate to anything on the field at all?
Yeah. Tommy's always innovative. Tommy's always coming up with new lifts. Tommy's always working out guys out, and he does stuff that is position specific with our guys. I think our guys are stronger and quicker, faster. I thought we were in great shape come Saturday. I think as the season goes on, there's not as many injuries this year as there was in the years past, and that's because our strength and conditioning coach. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I do believe Tommy. I don't know who's the best or what's the best, but I know he's the best I've ever been around.
Coach, you said that you guys haven't played collectively your best game as a team, but Clyde is running probably the best these past 2, maybe even 3 games that he's run all year. Is he at his best right now?
Well, I think that he has a little bit more to go. I do believe that he's going to be tested like he was. Love the way he's playing. But, we need to put the passing game and the running game together. We need to keep on playing defense like we're playing, not give up those couple of big plays and get a lot better on special teams. We need to be more productive on special teams.
Cordell Flott didn't come in when Stingley went down. I guess what's his status right now?
He's fine. He's ready to go.
So has Jay Ward kind of jumped above him at all?
Yeah, I think that, just Cordell was just he can go, but I think that the practice with Jay Ward elevated Jay Ward instead of Cordell.
You talk about special teams. The extra point was bobbled, the snap.
It was bobbled. Yes, it was. It was bobbled, and that's all that happened.
Coach, you have one of the top receiving corps in the country. Jamar Chase has had a phenomenal season this year. When did you realize that he was going to be such a talent at that spot?
Recruiting. camp. I remember the play right there. It was a slug, it was a slant and a goal against a very, very talented defensive back. And I told his dad that boy's gonna be an All-American. And at that time, I think he was committed to Florida. And we did all we can in our power legally to get him here. And I'm glad we did.
Has he always been such a physical wideout?
Yes, big, strong hands. I think he's got better. You know, Tommy says, you know, you can put as much weight you want on the board. Jamar's gonna lift it, but his big, strong hands and athletic ability. I tell him he gets all that athletic ability from his mama.
The NCAA came out today with some new support of the NLI stuff. I mean, even though there's a lot of caveats to what they said, where do you think that's starting to head now in college athletics?
As far as the
name, image, and likeness, and how players can profit.
You know, like us, whatever it's going to be, we're gonna go with it. I'm sure we're going to compete to be the best at it. I believe the players should get what they deserve. I think there needs to be a cap on it. I think you need to watch what you do, but they're not calling me and asking my opinion. I mean, so if this thing looks like it's rolling fast, I do believe Scott Wilber's going to be on top of it. I think our university's going to be on top of it on what we have to do to compete with everybody else we're going to do.
Coach, y'all are healthy. Y'all already had an open week. Do you wish the game was this week?
I like four. We need some rest. We're tired. I could feel our team was tired. It took a lot. This is a war, and our guys were a little quiet today. I know they're tired. I like the 4-4. I think it gives you a nice break. I think it gives you some rest. Now, if we were practicing against our opponent today full speed out here scrimmaging and going crazy, we'd wear them out. I mean, that's not the way to do it. But I think that if you take the open date the way you're supposed to, give your team some rest, you let your coaches prepare, let them make an extra game plan, I think it's a big advantage.
One more for Coach.
Are you striking a balance, focusing on what you do well and then your tendencies to self-scouting? Is that what you did this week?
We had a big self-scout yesterday, and here's what we did. We had the offense self-scout the defense, and the defense self-scout the offense. And that was Coach O'Reilly's idea, and he asked me about it on Sunday. I said, sure, go ahead, I'm going to recruit. You'll go ahead and do it. And today they gave a report, and it was a phenomenal report. We found out some things about both sides of the football that we think they're going to help us.
The analysts too, right? That you've
Oh,
been
the
stacking
analysts
up
did.
for
The
years.
analysts spent all day doing the same thing. Like they break down the opponent's offense or break down the defense. They broke it down the same way. And I think it was very beneficial.